Hello, everybody, and welcome back to this AFC South show 170 here on Curtis's Podcast Network. I'm the host. My name is Curtis Brown. With me, as always, my resident Jaguars fan, Isaiah, a.k.a. Duval's Finest, a.k.a. the Glitter Kitty Conquistador, and host of Third and Teal. What's cracking over there?
So hoping for a couple more AKAs, but I'm doing good, man. I got some free 1995, 1993 Jag stuff, inaugural stuff. Pretty excited about that. One of the worst offensive linemen we have got traded. It's a good week, honestly.
Hell yeah. Down here at your bottom right, holding it down from Unstabled, is Justin, a.k.a. Kingmaker Sports. You can find him at Kingmaker_DFF across all of social media platforms. Go ahead, head on over there, like and subscribe to all of his stuff. Head on over to Unstable, check out their content together. Justin, how you doing this evening?
Oh man, doing a little better now that we got some news on the quarterback situation, buddy. But your Texans had to kick our ass. I didn't kick your ass, but you got the dub. So, well, we got Vikings coming up. We'll see how it goes. Feeling good.
And last but not least, down here in the bottom left, we've got our main man, Austin, who we've been calling a disgruntled Titans fan. But at this point, if he's still disgruntled, it's probably another D word, more like delusional, just to say that, anything's going to change at this point. But you can catch him and Brian over there on Titans Takeaways, talking two-tone blue boys and, I guess talking about the draft, I assume, right?
That's pretty much where we're at this point. Yeah. We got just totally skull drugged by a team who we outgained by about 240 yards and still lost 52-14. So that's how our season's going. I'm here. I woke up. I was still a Titans fan. I always will be. It's okay. Here we are.
There will be brighter
proud,
days.
and I love that.
There will be brighter days.
There will be.
Well, look, let's talk about the negative stuff before we get into the previews. Exactly. Let's talk injuries. Isaiah, what are the Jaguars looking like injury wise?
So I do know that today we actually reactivated Keelan Robinson, the running back out of Texas that we drafted for kick returns and punt returns. Activated this 21-day window. Haven't really heard much about him, but hopefully that means he could be active Sunday since Parker Washington has to come into, like we talked about on the reaction, come into more of a starting role with Christian Kirk being out and Gabe Davis being questionable. I think Gabe Davis is going to play. BTJ said that he wants to play and that, he didn't like the first doctor's opinion, so we got a second opinion. Cam Robinson was hurt, but now he's gone, so that's great. And, I think Brandon Sheriff's going to be fine. Ezra Cleveland is still day-to-day. We are expecting ETN to come back. And can't think of anybody else major that we might be missing. I think that's about it.
Okay. Justin, how are the Colts looking on the injury front?
So Downs and Pittman had a questionable tag today in the report that got released. Nothing major. I mean, Josh Downs is just a little toe. Pittman, nothing to worry about. It's a back thing, but we knew Pittman was going to suffer through that and tough through that. The biggest injury concerns, though, that might hurt us, but it all looks like everybody's going to play, is on our offensive line. We got, Raymond is in a concussion protocol, so that kind of hurts us. Braden Smith with his knee didn't participate, but he should be back. So looking like on that, and it looks like they actually did give Richardson a injury designation. I think that's just sand in the vagina, but we don't have to worry about him playing this week anyway. Other than that, man, we're looking okay.
Okay. Austin, how are the two-tone boys shaping up on the injuries?
Oh, man. So the report that came out today, not that it makes a difference. Who cares at this point? These starters can't win games anyways. Tyler Boyd did not participate, shoulder. Amani Hooker did not participate, groin. Tony Pollard, the only person who looks like he wants to play football out there, did not participate with a foot. Dylan Radins, Calvin Ridley, awesome dude. Andrew Rupsich, one of the guys that were just kind of rotating in on the offensive line. Jeff Simmons did not participate. That one, special note there, not injury related. It's rest. He's probably rested up for the trade coming up here. Bring me my second round pick, please. L'Jarius Sneed did not participate. Quad. Tavondre Sweat hit, did not participate. Ton of guys there. none of those guys are dealing with really season-ending injuries. Obviously, they're not on the IR. But we're at the point where we're just not winning games. We're not going to stress anybody out, right? We're not going to go out there and have them injure themselves when we only have one win. So that's what we're looking at there. Will Levis, another special note there. Limited participation. He's probably not going to see the field for another couple of weeks. Why would he? He's not winning us games. Mason Rudolph's not winning any games. Why go injure the guy even more? So that's what we're doing. That's what's going on with the Titans.
Okay, that's fair. When it comes to Houston, we got our game tomorrow night, and our injury report is already out. Our 4 people who are not playing: Azeez Al-Shaair, backup guard Jarrett Patterson, Damian Pierce, and Jimmy Ward not playing. When it comes to the Jets, they have a significantly longer out list, but for the ones that everybody's going to at least have heard of, C.J. Mosley, Alan Lazard, and I found it interesting, both of their starting safeties are going to be missing this game. So that's big for us. I mean, we know that the Jets defense is 100% of their team most of the time. And they've been pretty fallible as of late to teams with, lesser offenses. So I'm hoping that, with what we've got, we might be able to make something happen and, really just kind of tamp out any hopes and dreams that these Aaron Rodgers-led Jets might still have. So with that being said, who wants to go first and talk about their game?
Well, I think we should wait for you and me since we had a matchup this week, Curtis.
Well, this is we're previewing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, shit, might as well get the tough thing out of the way. I mean, Colts are going to Minnesota to play a very, very good Vikings team. Don't scoff at Sam Darnold. The kid's been playing lights out, playing in place of the injured rookie J.J. McCarthy, which at this point, even if McCarthy comes back tomorrow, why would they pull Sam Darnold? He's been killing it. Look, they've got Justin Jefferson, who you could triple team that kid and he's still a threat, right? So he's going to be something to watch. Aaron Jones has been killing it. He's doing just as good as Jonathan Taylor has this year. I mean, 104 carries, 501 yards, but he only has 2 touchdowns. He's been doing a lot of damage, though, in the air. So that's going to be something that they're really going to have to look at, especially after playing Houston last week. And they just let basically everything out in the flat. They just let them have it. And no one was around for 5 yards. So if they do that, which they can easily with Aaron Jones, they're going to kick our butt pretty easily. But good thing is Anthony Richardson and his soft heart, soft mind is done for this week at least. And it's time for Flacco to fly. So, which Joe Flacco's numbers speak for themselves. He had 4 games that he played, I believe. Yeah, he played 4 games this year. Not started, but just played in, right? Out of 71 attempts, out of 108 attempts, completed 71 for 716 yards and 7 touchdowns compared to Anthony Richardson's 4 touchdowns. Flacco only threw 1 interception in those. Anthony Richardson, 7 interceptions. So against the Vikings, this is the quarterback you want. If you're trying to win, which at 4-4, you're not out of it. I mean, we're not going to win the division. You just lost to Houston twice. You're not winning the division at that. But if you're still trying to make the playoffs, this is the right move to make against this team or in general. If I'm Ballard, I'm going Flacco the rest of the way, unless you just drop two games or something like that. And you're okay. You're obviously out, and then bring Richardson in. But like I talked about with injuries, Downs and Pittman should be fine. They're probably pumping Pittman's back up with so many painkillers and stuff. So he'll be out there. But this should be a pretty good game for Alec Pierce. Alec Pierce seems to be a favorite target of Joe Flacco. But that's because Pierce can get open deep, and Joe Flacco still got a cannon. He showed us that. Joe Flacco's going to help the passing game, just in general. All receivers. What does it say? High tide raises all ships. So, and that's Joe Flacco. Joe Flacco's the tide. Pretty happy about that. But the Vikings defense that's scary right now. They're looking really, really good. A bunch of savages over there that are good at getting in the backfield. So Flacco, it's a good thing he's got a good offensive line, but he's going to need guys like Kelly and Raymond, which I don't think it's Sunday night. I feel better if it was Monday night. Have a little extra time to clear protocol. I don't think Raymond's going to clear that, but hopefully we can get our lineman back and then be good and keep Flacco, give him some time to really dissect that defense because he's good at that. He's proven that season after season after season. So, I mean, just in a nutshell, we're in for a tough ride, tough matchup, but it looks like we've got the right guy behind center to give us the best chance to win. I'm staying optimistic, but I'm also being real too.
So if like gun to your head, somebody asks, what has to happen for the Colts to win?
What has to happen? They have to give Flacco time because yes, Harrison Smith is a badass, and they have Stephon Gilmore, but Stephon Gilmore can be beat. He's not Stephon Gilmore we used to watch. Okay, so let's not get that confused. They have to give Flacco time. And if Flacco has time, he can pick apart any secondary right now. I forget what his quarterback rating, but it's pretty damn good. I think right now he's close to 70% on completion rating. So he's not gonna make stupid passes. He's not gonna throw into double coverage or anything stupid like that. He's gonna throw to the open guy. He's not just gonna watch a guy and boom, like, okay, there's Josh Downs or here's let me force it. He's not gonna do that. If they have to give Flacco time. And I think that's going to be key, is giving him time.
Okay. Isaiah, what do you think? Colts, Vikings?
I don't think the Colts are going to win. Now, do I think it's a winnable game for the Colts? I mean, it's NFL. Anything can happen. I don't think Minnesota has shown in the past couple of weeks that they're as invulnerable as they looked in the first 6. But I still think it's a tough uphill battle for them. And it's a good point, and we talk about it all the time, is that some of these older DBs, you still have to respect them, but they can be beat. I do have some hope with the speed and athleticism of the Colts wide receivers with Flacco in at quarterback, that they might be able to actually make something happen, at least make this a respectable loss if they do lose. I still think the Vikings win. They have a really great defense right now. Your old buddy and my old buddy, because I'm a Florida fan, Jonathan Grenard is just he's having a great season for himself over there. Because he had a career year last year, didn't he?
Yeah.
So he's having. It seems like he's having another career year this year, just so far with the early stretch. And they just, they're going to have Cam Robinson. He's going to be a little rusty. That's one thing I am kind of excited for the Colts for, is that they get to go up against a turnstile at left tackle in Cam Robinson. He's awful. Honestly, if you have any sort of speed against him, he has no clue what he's doing. That I've seen Trevor get hit so many times on his blind side by a dude just literally like not even engaging with Cam Robinson, just running around him, or Cam Robinson getting beat inside and then he pushes the guy in the back into Trevor Lawrence's legs. Like, that's definitely something where he's an upgrade from probably their backup, but he's not an upgrade from Darisaw. So I do think that Darnold's might be a little sketched out by that left side of the line. So if Gus Bradley is smart, and I know he's not, he will send a little extra pressure on that left side against Cam Robinson with some speed, because he's also terrible with stunts. But yeah, I think the Vikings take this game though. Are we doing predictions now or?
Yeah, we can do predictions, but before you get into that, I would like to say that the over-under for that game is 46.5, and the Vikings are favored by 5.
By 5, interesting. Yeah, I mean, I would definitely. I'm taking the over on that one. Over on the 5. I think the Vikings are going to win that game. I mean, I'd give them like 32. No, I'll go 31 to 31-21.
Okay. Justin, what would you say your score prediction is?
I'm going to go Minnesota 30, Indianapolis 23.
I think that's the first time all year that the guy whose team he's talking about chooses the other team to win. And it,
Surely not.
Yeah, I'm
Surely
a
not.
realist also, so
Oh, me too. I'll admit all day long that we're not going to win the game, but I'm still going to say we're winning in the predictions.
yes. And I'll do the same thing till I die. But like for the ways to win for me for the Colts, it's entirely defense. I think lately Sam Darnold has looked human. He looks a little bit like his old self. The offensive line has not been doing him any favors. That's why they brought in Cam Robinson, because whatever he brings is significantly better than what's been played as of late.
Well, they only brought him in because they lost Aerosol.
yeah,
Right,
he's not hurt.
Yeah. But even still, the offensive line, as of late, has not been just crushing it for him. I've been seeing him get a lot of on the run throws, a lot of pressures on this young man, or I guess old man at this point. I can't remember where
I mean, he's only like 27.
He's like medium age man.
yeah.
Yeah, I think Darnold's 27, 28.
Yeah, this is like
He's
season-
mid, as the kids would say. He's
Yeah,
very mid.
he's seasoned, but he's not quite a seasoned veteran.
Yeah. I have the Vikings winning this game, but I have it by a narrow margin. I'm going to go 28-27.
Interesting.
I mean, I'm down for an upset. Don't get me wrong. I'm down for an upset.
I hear you. But if the Colts can get after this Colts or the Vikings offense, I think you can pretty well disrupt everything that they're trying to do. Justin Jefferson has been just getting open against literally everybody. So as long as you just kind of accept that and then cover everybody else, you should be okay.
There's only two people that I think they really need to worry about, and it's Jefferson and Jones. Because Jefferson, obviously, he can catch the ball at any way. His route tree is unlimited. And then Jones has just been a threat in the passing game. So as long as you can contain Jones in the inside and keep him within the 5 yards, then you're fine. But you're right, their defense. I mean, if Gus Bradley can draw up some blitzes and stunts and stuff like that, especially with the new Cam Robinson on the team, who still doesn't know the playbook, they're going to keep it very basic for him. And he's trash. What do you call it, turnstile? Then, dude, get into Sam Darnold's face, make him rush, and all he's going to have is just short passes. Because keep in mind, he doesn't have T.J. Hawkinson yet. He's not back. So, I think Josh Oliver's hurt now. So their other tight end's hurt. So Aaron Jones is that safety blanket right now.
Yeah. Austin, Colts, Vikings.
Yeah, I think you guys wrapped it up pretty well. Ultimately, my score prediction is very similar to yours, Curtis. I just take the Colts to win this one, and I'll explain why, but I'm going to take them 28-27. So same spread there. I'm just switching them up. Joe Flacco is an experienced QB. I don't think he's going to make stupid mistakes. As long as they keep him upright, I see the Colts playing a very conservative, traditional style football. Run the ball, take care of the football, long drives. Maybe they end in 3 points, whatever. But take your points, take a ton of time off the clock, and then just get after Sam Darnold. I think you guys can pull the upset. I was kind of flipping back and forth here, but I like the way that you guys are going to look with Joe Flacco as your QB. It's just going to be a very traditional, grind it out. You're not going to leave Sam Darnold much time. They're going to feel that pressure there, and if you can get in his face, he's not going to make that throw to Justin Jefferson every time. So that's just essentially where I think this game's going to end up.
Okay. Well, you were the last one to talk, so let's keep having you talk. Let's talk Patriots, Titans, ways to win, etc.
Yeah. So ways to win. We would have to dig Steve McNair's body out of the grave and suit him up, and his skeleton would do a good enough job for us. He would certainly do better. Rest in peace, sincerely. Rest in peace to Steve McNair. For us to win this game, God, dude, I just say the same thing over and over again, and I'm sick of it. But if we can't take care of the ball, we lose. It's really that easy. One thing I noticed is that the Patriots, their turnover differential, it is negative on the year, but it's just -1. So they don't give the ball over as much, and even if they do, they take it away, and Lord knows we give it away. So they're going to have plenty of opportunities to take that football out of our grown man's hands. That's a tongue twister. So we win by taking care of the football. The Patriots have a pretty mediocre running defense. I believe it was like 23 or something like that. So Tony Pollard, Chestnut, get them all out there, line them up, run the ball down their throat. I expect to see Mason Rudolph starting. The Patriots also have a pretty bad pass defense the last I checked. So honestly, Mason Rudolph looked really good in the first half of the Detroit game. He was completing a ton of passes. He was really accurate with the football. If he can emulate that and just keep that going, we have a pretty good shot of winning this game. This is the only game that I have on our schedule that is winnable. And obviously we'll get to the score prediction, but if we don't win this one, then chalk it up. One win in the win column for us this year, because there's no easy games after this. That's generally my thoughts. I'm so beat down. We've got the worst turnover differential in the league, and you can't win football games if that's the case. We have the number one defense
differential than we do.
We are tied with Las Vegas as the worst turnover differential. We have -13 on the year.
Oh God. Okay.
Is that not miserable? Las Vegas is right there with us at -13. It's awful. You can have the number one defense. Yeah, you can have the number one defense, but if your offense is just giving the ball over, we have no takeaways on defense. So it's really racking up on us, man. It's awful. And honestly, I know I'm supposed to be a Titans fan and be talk positive here, but I think the number one defensive ranking is fool's gold. I really do. It's all the teams we play, they have short field position, so they can score easily. It's just that they don't have to do it in very many yards. So you look at our defense, it's like, wow, the Titans aren't allowing very many yards. No, I mean, we don't have to, right? It's just that's how it is. So we'll see what happens. Hopefully our special teams coach got in there and either got fired. I haven't seen any news on that. That didn't happen. Or slapped around the special teams, because every time the Detroit players, it was Khalif Raymond of all people who was somebody we let go. I mean, Malik Willis is stunting on us. Khalif Raymond now, every time he touches a punt return, just runs it for 40+ yards. It's awesome, dude. I love this team so much. So hopefully our special teams kind of gets it together there. If we just let them take the ball over on the 40-yard line, I don't care that Drake May is a rookie and he's starting and he looks okay. If he's taking over at the 40-yard line and plus territory every time, we're screwed. We're not winning football games. So don't turn the ball over. Don't let them run it 40 yards back on punt returns. Play smart. And fire Brian Callahan. That's how we win.
Already?
Oh, it's for sure, dude. I mean, he's awful. He's not a good head coach. If we hold on to him, it's just because we don't – it doesn't look very classy if you fire a first-year head coach. It looks kind of bad on your organization. And if we hold on to him, that's the only reason. It's for appearances. We don't want to scare future coaching prospects away. That's my thoughts there. But with your reputation, be damned. Just fire that guy. He is not a good. He's not a good game manager at all, and that's what your coach is supposed to be. So get him out. We're one of the worst.
Might be available after this year.
Yeah, dude. I would actually jump off a balcony, Liam Payne style. But honestly, we're also one of the worst penalized teams in the league, and we just cannot get that under wraps. I just don't understand. Stop holding people. I'm done. We're going into rant territory. My score prediction is Titans 13, Patriots 10. This is going to be an awful game. The only offense that is technically worse than us with yardage is the Patriots. So this is going to be a rock fight. This is going to be awful TV to watch. But I'll be there for every minute because I love my Titans.
Damn. Look, I honestly think that this is a game that they could potentially just mollywop the Patriots.
I'm not listening to you.
I don't know that it is for surezies that Drake May is playing. I know he got hurt last week.
I love the headphones.
Yeah, Jacoby.
I don't want to listen to any positivity and get my hopes up. I'm sorry. Keep going.
Jacoby Brissett got hurt last week, or came in for a hurt Drake May. We don't know for surezies if Drake May is available. If Jacoby Brissett is playing, this offense moves like a 90-year-old grandmother. It's only got the runs. If it is Drake May, then they're going to be bombs away. It'll be Pearl Harbor, but in Nashville. Yeah. So because we don't know who's the starter, I'm going to go with the Titans as well. By the way, the spread in this game, 3.5 points favoring the Titans,
That's insane.
and 37.5 point over under is by far the lowest over under of the week, at least as far as the AFC South goes. Score here 17-13 Tennessee, just because they can't seem to not score, fucking 17.
It's our magic number, man. We love scoring 17 points and then letting up 52. It's awesome. I love it.
Justin.
What's up?
What's up?
Man, that's a tough one. I don't really think there's gonna be a lot of points in this.
No. Every game that the Patriots
man.
have played, with the exception of the Texans game, I feel like has been a rock fight. Well, and I guess the Jaguars too.
Damn it. I mean, it's gonna be hard, man. Let's say the Titans fucking 10-14 Patriots.
Oh, you fooled me there. You fooled me.
I want to go and support the AFC South, but goddamn, y'all got fucking asses beat by Dallas and then Detroit.
Yeah, we haven't played Dallas, but that's. Okay.
I mean, I'm thinking Detroit beat the shit out of Dallas. Like,
oh yeah, they did, and we played them better than. Yeah, we scored more than Dallas did. And to your point,
dude, this is hard, but because I feel like that takes some wind out of your sails. You know what I mean? Like,
oh yeah, I do know what you mean. But
then again, this could be a fucking turnaround, and they say, "Hey, this is a team we can beat. Let's go kick their ass." You know?
Yeah, I get it. The Titans typically don't score 10 or less points. That's only happened once this season. All that said, I get it. I get the prediction. I don't think it's a bad prediction.
The Titans feel like a one-legged man in an ass-kicking contest.
Hey, all you got to do is just get one good kick in.
That's all you got. You're not getting.
That's your only move.
You got a drop kick right to the chin. Yeah,
I want the upset for you, Austin.
It's not an upset. They're favored.
We're favored.
I don't know how. I have no clue. They're not. I don't know. They're not favored in the real world. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I mean, it is the Patriots. The Patriots are awful.
Isaiah?
So I'm going to be an optimist in this. I think that the Titans score 21 points. I think that hold on. I think Tony Pollard, he's playing, right?
Yeah.
I think Tony Pollard has over 150 yards on the ground.
Ooh!
And 3 total touchdowns.
So
now hold on.
Offense.
Hold on. The reason I say this, Jacksonville, who has not been able to run the ball like play after play consistently, run any clock off at the end of the games, at one point ran the ball 19 times and 21 out of 23 plays in a row. Now, Tony Pollard is one thing I'll give to Tony Pollard. He's shiftier and he's faster than Tank Bigsby. Tank Bigsby is more of a in-your-face. He's fast, don't get me wrong, but he's not Tony Pollard fast. Tony Pollard's more like ETN. If he hits the hole and he gets the open space, he's going. I think there's a real opportunity for Tony Pollard to get some big runs in this game. I think he's going to have a lot of yards. I think they're going to try and run the offense through him primarily. Drake May, if he plays, I think that it's a real competitive game. If he doesn't, I just don't trust Jacoby Brissett. If Joe Milton was healthy, I'd throw him in, but I don't think he's healthy right now. So you're kind of fucked from both sides there. But yeah, I think that the Titans have a real opportunity to win this game only because I still think that Tony Pollard's got enough gas and has been playing well enough this season to carry them through this game. And I think Rudolph has been playing well enough to not lose you a game against the Patriots. So I'm gonna take the Titans 21-14. No, hold on. I'll go 21-13. I think they can win this game, and I think Pollard's going to be the reason they do it.
Respect.
Yeah.
And I hate the Titans, so I just know that when it comes to the fact that everything has failed for them this year, besides Tony Pollard, like and the Patriots are so terrible, and everything has failed for us except for running against them. Like, you guys have a real opportunity.
The Titans this week are the only AFC South team that is favored.
I mean, they're also playing the only other team worse than them.
Mm-hmm.
Valid. Yeah, Houston is a 1.5 point dog.
Yeah, they're barely.
Who are they
barely
playing? The
underdogs,
Jets?
Yeah,
Yeah.
in the MetLife or whatever.
Which I don't agree with that prediction.
I don't
I
either.
don't either. That's awful.
Yeah, but
Not
the
the way the Texans
largest
defense.
dog on the week, at least
Jacksonville Jaguars
according to ESPN bets, is the
playing
Jacksonville
against the shitty Eagles.
45.5 point over under.
Okay.
7.5 point favorite Eagles.
Oh, that's it.
Yeah.
That's
Nah, we're beating the Eagles.
All right, Isaiah, let's hear about your glitter kitties.
Yeah, let me tell you why. Because the Eagles defense is not as good as the Packers defense.
Mm.
And Trevor Lawrence just had 2 fucking drives that were game-winning drive at the end there, really. And then we didn't go for 2, and 2, our defense couldn't stop a fucking leak and something without a leak. I just like, they're awful, but I think Trevor Lawrence is going to have a good game this game. I think, ETN's coming back. Bigsby was limited. We're bringing back Keelan Robinson. Parker Washington in the past has shown when he has stepped up and gotten more of the starter looks for a hurt Christian Kirk, he can play good, consistent football. I mean, he was our best downfield threat last year at 5'11" or whatever he is. Luckily now we have 6'3", 6'4" BTJ, but there's a chance he doesn't play. Gabe Davis was limited. I think we can win this game. I think this is going to be one where Trevor Lawrence can get a little revenge, because I think 2 years ago we played them in the rain. He had some turnovers. He's been playing a lot better this season. And to everybody that wants to be like, oh, last week he had a turnover. He had 2 turnovers. He had a bad fumble and an interception. Sure, he did in the first half, and then he kicked ass in the second half to come back and make that a winnable game. I don't really give a fuck what you have to say. He's playing well this season. He's really limited the turnovers, and he's starting to get a little more aggressive as the weeks are going on. So I'm pretty optimistic about this one. I think the defense, man, I really want them to do well, but I don't think we're going to win this game because, the defense just comes together and stops them. That's not happening. I will say Brian Thomas Jr. has a rib injury. He was limited, but he is participating. And again, he said that he's planning to play. He's a little sore, but he should be good to go. One that I did miss earlier, though, is the fact that Tank Bigsby was actually limited with an ankle injury. Now, he's been limited a couple weeks now. I don't know if it's been the same injury. And then Mason Smith, they finally designated him after healthy scratching him for 2 weeks. They actually designated him with an ankle injury. But I don't know, man. I feel good about this game. No Cam Robinson. Woo! We got Tank Bigsby and ETN, the combo back. We got Keelan Robinson and potentially Velus Jones Jr., who we signed. I think he's a junior. Anyways, signed him in free agency to come in on the practice squad and potentially do some kick return stuff for us.
Velus Jones, the Tennessee guy?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Velus Jones is on Jacksonville now.
He's a junior.
Yeah, I thought he was a junior. He's in Jacksonville now. We got Evan Ingram now, 3rd week removed from his injury. Gabe Davis, if you have to play, awesome. If not, you can set this one out, buddy. We don't need you. But yeah, I'm optimistic though. I don't think the Eagles are nearly as good as they look on paper. They're one of those teams where everybody thought they were going to be world breakers this year, and they got Saquon Barkley, and he had a great first game, and he's done decent this season. But after that first game, you thought he was going to break the rushing record this year, and he really has been kind of pedestrian since. Besides some here and there stuff. I think one person I am worried about is Cooper DeJean on the defense. Hear me out. He's good. He had a couple plays last week where he came up flying. He diagnosed the offense and got some tackles for loss. I think if we're as predictable as we normally are, and we're doing swing passes on 3rd and 2, they're probably going to get taken the fuck out because they got guys on that defense that can read and play. But I do think that defense is not as good as they thought it was going to be. I think Trevor Lawrence has an opportunity to take advantage of some young young corners. Defensive line not nearly as good as we thought it was going to be. I just think it could be a good week all around if we play clean football. We're not throwing swing passes and screens on 3rd down, and we have some guys come back and play.
Yeah.
I think score prediction. Yeah, score prediction. I'm going to go delusional here. 32 Jacksonville, Eagles 17.
Damn.
Going real delusional. Yeah.
I love the admission of delusion.
Only because Dewey Wingard might be back.
Oh, really?
And we all know if Dewey's on the field, the hype is there. And we somehow play better than we really are when Dewey is playing.
Well, everybody does better with
It was
Dewey.
always the Jags.
Austin, Jaguars, Eagles. How you feeling?
I feel like this is, in a game, when it comes to games that you're obviously the underdog, this is one of the ones that I'd feel pretty good about potentially pulling an upset. The Eagles are averaging at least 1 turnover a game, so you're going to get some shots with decent field position there. I like your running backs. I think Bigsby's a hell of a guy there. And BTJ, if BTJ, this is all a stipulation. If BTJ plays, that's so hard to say. If he suits up and he's out there, I think Jags win it outright. I really do. He just adds so much to that offense. My score prediction isn't as outrageous because I do think the Eagles are still a competent team. But I am going to go the Jacksonville Jaguars scoring 27 points. I think the Eagles miss a last-minute field goal, and they score 24 points.
Pretty average game for us, winning or losing by 3 points. I love it.
Yeah, at the last second. Yeah. Justin? Jags, Eagles.
Well, I'm kind of going to go the flip side of this with Isaiah. I'm going 30-14 Eagles.
30-14. Interesting.
Yeah. Because I feel like it's going to be a Saquon Barkley game. Saquon he's just been on another level this season, and I don't think that's going to stop. I would look for Saquon to just be all over the field. So for that reason, I got to go 30-14. Not any knock against Lawrence. I've been on record saying I like Lawrence, but I just feel like the Eagles are going to be able to dominate.
So far, Justin is the only one of us who has not picked an AFC South team to win this week.
Sorry.
Where's the loyalty, man?
Look, I appreciate
I said the Texans.
We haven't got
oh, okay.
You'll have your opportunity to say the Texans.
I said the Texans. Right. No, you didn't. Not yet.
In my head, I did. I did up here.
And that's where it counts, Yeah.
I talk to myself.
I also talk to myself, but I'm thinking 21-20 Jacksonville. I think Trevor Lawrence has another game-winning drive that should be a final game-winning drive instead
I hope
fucking the backup quarterback coming in and throwing a 51-yard pass to a wide-open guy. I think Trevor Lawrence and the Jags get it done, and I think it is a revenge game from a couple years ago in that rain where the Eagles were beating up on the Jags, if I'm not mistaken, and then the Jags came roaring back and would have won had, I think, T-Law not fumbled a time or two in like the fourth.
No, they came out. I thought we came out winning that game early.
I can't remember. Either way, the Jags lost.
Yeah, they did.
Losers
in the rain. Huh? Who was that?
No.
Was that the guy who hasn't won a game against that team in 3 years?
Ooh, shots fired. All right, fair enough. I'm sorry, sir. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
Hey, Joe Flacco's here now. You better watch your mouth.
Yeah, and he got beat just like last.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, it's okay. Hey,
I'm
look,
trying.
we all feel more optimistic about the Colts with Joe Flacco. Okay, you're
Yeah.
not alone. We all
Yeah.
feel better about that.
100%. All right. Well, I guess that leaves us with the final game on the docket is the game tomorrow. The Texans traveling up to East Rutherford, New Jersey, to take on the Aaron Rodgers led, the Aaron Rodgers GM, the Aaron Rodgers coached New York Jets. 1.5
I can't
point
believe he just said get Bobby out of here and he's gone. Like poor Bobby Saleh.
Yeah, for real.
Bro, think about the pull that guy has.
I
Dude,
know.
he probably went on one of those ayahuasca retreats with Woody Johnson or whatever, the
Yeah.
GM of the team, and was just like, "Look, man, I can't even say his last name right. Salami.
Are you being for real? You don't know how to say his name?
No, I'm pretending to be Aaron Rodgers in the
Okay.
with Woody Johnson. Look, realistically, the only reason the Jets are favored is because the Texans are down their top 2 wide receiver options. They're missing some names on defense, but the Jets are missing some names on defense and offense as well. This is another rock fight of a game, in my opinion. I think the defenses are going to have to be the primary means of either one of these two teams to win a game or to win this game, particularly. Jets defense would have to just completely steamroll the Texans offensive line, which happened last season. It's happened the last couple weeks for the Texans. Last week was a career high 57.5 of all of CJ Stroud's dropbacks were pressured. It's never happened to him before, but he still had a really solid game against the Colts. We're hoping that doesn't have to happen anymore, but even still, we're trotting out here with Tank Dell, John Mechie, Robert Woods, Xavier Hutchinson, Steven Sims as the top 5 wide receivers on this team. And we're going to need this offensive line to do its fucking job. Just do your job. Just do your job. Just do it. Look, this running game, like the running game against the Jets, doesn't usually work. Last week, the Patriots beat them, but it wasn't the running game that literally beat them. It was a 1-yard touchdown run that actually beat them, but it was 48 yards all day for Ramondre Stevenson. That's nothing. Joe Mixon is going to need to be the absolute MVP of this game if the offensive line is not giving CJ Stroud any time. And then, the other aspect of it is the Texans defense. Aaron Rodgers has not looked in any way, shape, or form like the Aaron Rodgers that used to make you shake in your boots when you were playing the Packers. This is old man Aaron Rodgers, where he's like, I'm trying to think, isn't there a movie where like an old player comes back and he's like doing like little tricks to beat people? I feel like that's a movie somewhere. But
the longest yard has an old guy that comes
you're
in.
talking about the scene where he like comes in like it like does like a fake scene and then he actually gets hit and gets blown up.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean Burt Reynolds in the new longest yard?
Yeah, that one. So that's what Aaron Rodgers is doing. He is also wearing every hat possible in the Jets organization. So, he's got a lot on his plate. He's trying to recruit his friends. He's trying to, convince the ownership to go ahead and fire the rest of the coaching staff and just let him do it by himself.
Sounding a lot like LeBron James right now.
A little bit.
If only, but if LeBron actually fell off a cliff like Aaron Rodgers has.
Yes.
So,
Aaron Rodgers, one of the things that used to frustrate me, or just generally defenses when you used to play him, is you'd get good pressure on him, but he was mobile enough to not just get out of the way, but he could occasionally kill you with his legs. The Achilles injury, he's got a hamstring injury and an ankle injury, as per the injury report this week. So, hobbled is a nice way of putting it. He's not going to be able to get away from you. Daniil Hunter and Will Anderson Jr. need to become best friends with Aaron Rodgers. And not in the way that he wants, but just in like the fact that they're seeing each other that often. Derek Stingley and Kamari Laster have got to keep playing lights out football. I want Stingley following Devontae Adams every down. I will take Kamari Laster on Garrett Wilson every single snap without question. Beyond that, I think this is a winnable game for the Texans. I'm thinking it's going to be low scoring. Let's go 21 to 15. 21 to 15. Houston.
Hell yeah.
All right. So with that being said, gentlemen, Justin, how are you feeling? Jets, Texans.
Jets, Texans. I'm going to go Texans on this. I feel like their defense is just playing really good, and I'm going to have to go. I know that you just lost Diggs, but I still feel like the Texans have John Mechie, who's an untapped resource at the wide receiver position. Hutchinson is serviceable, but Tank Dell is going to just eat. I mean, all the Cheerios. So I'm going to go 24-17 because, like you talked about, the Jets, their defense is great. Don't get me wrong, but Aaron Rodgers is not the same Aaron Rodgers we've been accustomed to seeing. So I'm going 24-17 Texans over the Jets.
Okay. Austin.
I'm going 2016 Texans over the Jets. The Jets are just not a good football team. I think Aaron Rodgers is washed. I did have a glimmer of hope when Devontae Adams joined him. I actually started Devontae Adams because I was like, man, we might see prime Devontae, prime Aaron again. No, it's the magic's done. We never really see much go right when it's a player-led, a quarterback-led organization. I just, I don't see that working out for the Jets at all. Not a huge fan of Aaron Rodgers just in general. I think he's a better guest on podcasts than he is a football player at this point. So give me the Texans.
Okay, what score? Oh, you said 20-16. Yeah, you're right.
2016.
Yeah. And we all forget that at one point, Aaron Rodgers almost retired this offseason to be RFK Jr.'s vice presidential candidate. So, Isaiah?
I'm taking the Texans. It's not even something to think about. I'm just being dramatic. Now, do I think the Texans are going to miss their top two wide receivers in this outing? Yes. Do I think they're going to miss the defensive players that they're missing? Absolutely, they're missing. But I do not trust the Jets whatsoever. Even when they were fully healthy, I did not trust the Jets. Sauce Gardner actually got called for a holding and a PI earlier this year, so God is real. I don't see any way that I mean, of course, I see a way the Jets can win, but I don't see any way the Texans don't take this one and honestly walk away with it. I don't trust that Jets offense. I don't trust the Jets defense. I don't trust Aaron Rodgers. I don't think Robert Saleh was the problem because you left fucking what's his name, Nathaniel Hackett or whatever his name is. Hey, we're not scoring any points. Fire the head coach, not the offensive coordinator. Like I don't get it. I think Aaron Rodgers is a bitch. The only good thing he ever did was not get the vaccine. I just think that this is going to be a walk away game for the Texans, and I'm going 28. Nah. I'm going 35.
Shit.
35 to 12.
Oh,
give me some field goals.
Do you think Joe Mixon has a career day, or just those?
I know. Listen, I know that I've been known to have some bold predictions in my day, and I've known to have correct bold predictions in my day.
Ooh, flex.
But I mean, I did call two of them earlier this year. But anyways, I think Joe Mixon will have a good day. Okay. I think CJ Stroud is itching to throw some passing yards. I'm taking CJ Stroud over 350 in the air, 3 touchdowns.
Fuck yeah.
One interception, though. I think it'll be off a tipped pass. 1 interception. But I'm taking 350 plus, 3 touchdowns. And I think Joe Mixon's going to do some mixing it up. But, I think CJ Stroud's going to be the reason they win this one.
Can I add something real quick?
There.
Yeah, go ahead.
on top of that, what we saw when Stephon Diggs left the Bills is Josh Allen spreading the ball out to these guys who nobody really had pegged as especially good receivers. But they all had good amount of receptions. They were all putting up, catches and yardage. And we might see the same thing. I believe we'll see the same thing from C.J. Stroud. He's going to utilize. He's a good enough quarterback to throw guys open. So I like Isaiah's prediction of Stroud just kind of absolute air raiding the Jets. That was a really good argument, Isaiah. You kind of sold me on that one, and you don't typically on your bold predictions.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
give me Cade Stover for 2 touchdowns. No, I'm just kidding. I'm not getting that bold.
I mean, between CJ Mosley and both of their starting safeties being out, that definitely hurts the run stopping, and it definitely hurts the passing game defense. So, yeah, I mean, I could see that world, but I also know this Texans team is yet to play up to its actual potential. And I don't know that this week, with the amount of bodies not available, is the week that we play up to that full potential. With that being said, do you guys have any final comments?
No.
Generally.
Well, so about the Robert Saleh thing, I didn't agree with that because Robert Saleh was he built a great defense.
Yeah.
So if your defense is still doing good, then take away his play calling. Take away Nathaniel Hackett's play calling and give it to somebody else. Give it to like your quarterback's coach or something like that. Like if the offense is the problem, then adjust the offense. Don't adjust the fucking head coach.
Yeah. I mean,
especially when he's a defensive head coach and your defense is kicking ass.
We've seen it before. That's the whole reason Nathaniel Hackett got the job in Denver. And Nathaniel Hackett is Aaron Rodgers' guy, and he's going to defend him. And he's the guy making all the money, and he's there to help him win a Super Bowl, allegedly. They're going to listen to him.
You guys don't remember when Aaron Rodgers had there was some sort of weird penalty fiasco that the Jets had during a game? And in the press conference afterward, Robert Saleh said that maybe Aaron Rodgers needed to change the way he did his cadence or something. And then he was fired the next week. Coincidence? I think not.
I mean, the big time quarterback's usually going to get the favor with the ownership and the GM.
It's true, especially if he's drugging them.
I think it's stupid, especially whenever he's gone. Probably after this year. Why are we making decisions at head coach based on a player that might not play 2 more seasons?
Yeah, how stupid are you going to look when he's like, all right, I'm going to retire this year or go play for
are you going to like Robert Saleh's not going to come back? What the fuck are you going to do in that situation?
Exactly.
No, you're going to look like an idiot. That's like Tennessee calling back Mike Vrabel and be like, hey, we fucked up, come back. He's like, no, fuck you.
Which I would so do right now, dude. I would eat the biggest pile of shit to get Mike Vrabel coaching this team again.
You should. Mike Vrabel was not the problem.
Well, no, it's the fact that Mike Vrabel couldn't stop hiring his own dudes to come in.
Yeah, that was a bit annoying. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it needed some checks and balance, but yeah.
There needed to be a duly.
He was an excellent game manager, though. I mean, he was awesome. Great game manager. Bring it back, please.
I thought he was fine. I didn't see the problem in it.
All right. Well, look, I think this is a good spot to go ahead and wrap this sucker up. Folks, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your evenings to come on and talk about your respective teams and the collective AFC South. Viewers at home, go ahead, head on over to Titans Takeaways. You can find it at Titans Takeaways 1 on YouTube, and go worship at the altar of Austin and Brian. And then come back, go over to Unstabled, go over to Kingmaker_DFF, like and subscribe, notification bell. Head on over to Third and Teal, like and subscribe, notification bell. Head on over to That Real Texas Team podcast, like, subscribe, notification bell. We're all trying to grow. And if you're a particular fan of one of the teams, we've got a podcast for you. So I think at the moment we're at 534 here, and I'd like to see this channel keep growing as well. So hit the like, the subscribe, and the notification bell.
Do it.
That being said, folks, be good people and go Texans.
Fuck the Colts.
Go Titans.